Hey everybody, I'm Anna K. Morris, the Chief of Sparkle at We Play Everywhere. And if you're watching this video, that means you are getting the first taste of what's in store. So as I shared with you over social media and also over the email newsletter, I am launching a group coaching program, and today is the first one. So I'm a little bit nervous. You may see me look away and refer to some notes. So bear with me. I even have my glasses on because I don't know about those of you that wear glasses when you read, but I don't really even think that I need them, and they just make me feel smarter and stronger and more powerful. So they're my glasses to give me strength, because part of me really doesn't want to do this video and is wondering whether or not what I have to say is going to be good enough and going to make a difference for all of you watching. So I'm dealing with that myself, and the theme that we're working with today is something that's really like something that I'm dealing with myself. And the theme is the future. So what we're gonna talk about this week, and you'll see a video come out later this week about the future. It's really about like how to play with the future, and in particular, what I want to talk about is the whole thing like I'm too old, or it could be the reverse of I'm too young. So how that's been showing up in my own life, and I didn't even realize it until I was getting prepared for this video. I'm gonna take my glasses off because I think I'm good now. Is I turned 36 in September, and I was really excited about it. Like, I felt really great about it, and everything's been going really well. But lately, I've been noticing that I'm having this conversation in my head about being too old, and being too old to try new things, to start a business, to do this group coaching, right? To make a difference for others. That, like, I should have done this a long time ago. Just like I really should have studied abroad and backpacked through Europe and all these different things. And so it's no surprise that, like, around me, other people have been saying that. And I was with my grandmother yesterday. She's 92 and really extraordinary. And she was helping me to get ready for a high school reunion. It was my husband's 20-year high school reunion. And she was asking me all these questions. And I said, why are you asking me all these questions? She was asking me like what necklace I was going to wear and what shoes I was going to wear. And she said, well, because that's what I should have done. And I said, well, what do you mean? Like a fashion designer or what? And she said, no, I really love accessories. Like I wish I would have styled people. She didn't say it exactly like that, but she alluded to the fact that she really loves styling people. And so I ended up bringing my jewelry up to the rehab facility where she is right now, and having her pick out my jewelry and make sure that it matched my shoes. And I just noticed that, she's 92, and talking about how she wished she would have been a stylist and done accessories. It really got me thinking about the things that I haven't done, that I've been saying I'm too old, and in some cases I'm too young. So it's stupid, and I've talked about it in a lot of videos, that like I've got this 10 pounds that really, like, it's just kind of annoying me. It's not really a problem, except that I have been saying to myself that like I'm kind of too old, and this is just what happens when you get older. And that's complete bullshit. I have friends that have competed in fitness competitions and look better than they did in their 20s, and they're in their 40s and 50s and some of them 60s, and it's just really not true at all. And I'm like letting myself off the hook about it. and not really going for it and not saying, okay, yeah, it's a little bit harder. Sure. Right? Like my metabolism is not as fast as it once was. Yet with like commitment and focus, I know that I can do that. And it would really make a difference in my life because if 10 pounds comes on every 10 years, I'll really be dissatisfied with that in my future, right? But that story of like I'm too old as the excuse to not really try um, is diminishing me. Like I feel small because of it. And so I wrote a list, right, of some of the things that I've been saying I'm too old for, right? Um, Starting a business is one of them. Like I should have done this, years ago when I thought to do it. I've been thinking about this for years and not doing it because I've been afraid that I'm not enough. A big one that I hear and one that was there for me until recently is getting married, right? Like I'm too old. Who would want to marry me? If somebody hasn't married me by now, then is there really somebody out there that would want to do that with me, that would want to walk through life with me? Having a child, right? That's a big one about being too old. Yeah. And that can look a lot of different ways, right? I just noticed I haven't been smiling very much in the video, so I'm sorry. It feels a lot better to smile. Another one is that, like, I'm too old to quit my job. I'm too old to backpack through Europe or drive an RV. That could be that I'm too young, right? I know somebody who thought he was too old because he was in his 70s and he wanted to be a concert pianist. And he did it. And he played at Carnegie Hall in his 70s. So my point in all of that is that it's just a misnomer that we're too old, right? Like maybe you are actually too old to compete in a certain age group in Ironman, right? Like I get that there are things that won't work, but I think by and large, we tell ourselves these stories to keep ourselves small and to not really take the lid off of what's possible. And if you've seen another video, the first one that I did actually, I shared with you guys that I learned how to ride a bike in one day, right? Like I told my mom I wanted to learn how to ride a bike. I said I didn't want training wheels, and I went to a deserted parking lot with my dad, Lakeview Arena in Marquette, Michigan, and I learned how to ride that bike in a day. And I was covered from head to toe in scratches and bruises. And I just see that the older I've gotten, the less I'm willing to really let myself get beat up, right? Because you learn that it's hard or it's scary or you'll get your heart broken. And so I'm talking about this today because I really want you to consider the areas that you've been telling yourself you're too old or too young or too anything, right? Like I'm too loud or I'm too quiet or I'm too shy or I'm too poor or whatever it is. That's just that lid that you put on. And it didn't exist when you were a child. You never said, oh, I can't be a ballerina, fireman, astronaut. You were like, I want to be a unicorn, fireman, ballerina, astronaut that wears scuba diving clothes, right? Like there were no limitations. And so the theme for this week is to really look at what you want and then what you say about it. So I'm going to give you some homework. And gosh, I'm sorry for all the tears. I'm really excited about this and exhilarated, and I'm also terrified. So those feelings, it's kind of like going skydiving if you've ever done that or done something that you were afraid of. I was thinking about this video all day today and like really, really scared and then really, really excited. So these tears, as you'll see in the weeks to come, are regular. So they're just water. Okay, so here's your homework. Your homework is that you're going to make a list of the things that you want, right? So it could be like, I really want to shave my head. I know that sounds really stupid. Yeah. But I've just always wanted that experience of like shaving my head. I don't really know why. And there's no basis for it at all, except I just really want to try it. I'd also, oh man, as scary as it is to say, and I have no idea what it looks like, I think it'd be really fun to live on a boat. Yeah. So write whatever it is. Like, don't limit yourself. So you're going to write that on the left side of your paper. And then on the right side of your paper, or maybe that's the reverse, you know what I mean? What you're going to do is you're going to write down what you say about it. Like the reason why you don't do it. It could be too old. It could be something totally different. It doesn't matter. I want you to start seeing what is the conversation that you're putting in to stop yourself. So that's going to be your homework to take a look at, okay? And then you've got two more pieces of homework. The other piece of homework is to do something. It could be anything, right? It could be big, it could be really small. It's to do something that you have on that list. Like, put aside the reason and do it anyway, right? Like, be smart about it, be safe. Like, don't, do anything crazy, like dangerous crazy. But to do one of those things on the list, okay? And I want you guys to share about it. So share about it in the Facebook group. You can email me about it, so I'll share on your behalf. And then the last thing, the third thing, is any questions or coaching that you have. I'm going to have live coaching hours this Thursday. So you're getting this video Monday morning. You have until Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So for my friends on the East Coast, 11 a.m. For my friends in Texas and in the Central Time Zone, that's 10 a.m. Mountain, 9 a.m. Pacific, 8 a.m. I think that's right. I think that's all of them. Anyway, you get the drift. And then I'm going to be answering your questions via video live on Thursday, and you'll get that in an email immediately after I shoot it. So thank you. Please tell me what you need. Please tell me how I can help you. And, one last thing. Watch The Voice. I don't work for The Voice. I have no reason to say this, but, I've never really watched it, and I've watched a few episodes this season, and it is an extraordinary experience to watch people and their ages and what they've been through in life. And what I noticed is that some of the very young or old, it doesn't really matter, but people say this one common thing that I keep hearing throughout the show is that this is my one chance. This is it for me. And I want you to know it's not. You are going to have so many chances. So don't limit yourself in thinking that this is it, that this is your only chance. There will be more chances than you know what to do with. So it's really, truly about your perspective. So looking out into the future and playing with it, looking out into the future with exhilaration rather than fear has been my practice. And I hope that you'll try that on this week. I will be back again with you on Thursday. If you're in Houston, Texas, come play with us live on Tuesday night. It's in the events page on Facebook. The website is being updated this week. And definitely play with us at Grown Up Recess from 11 to 3 on Saturday, October 17th. All the information is on the Facebook page. I love you guys. Bye.